The EA devs have ruined FC24 just when we get it right, just so that we've got the game playing perfectly. They go ahead, title update, and it takes us back to square one. And then it's us, the little people, just like Nigel here. We're the ones that suffer. And we all know the problems that Nigel has. When FIFA's not running right, it just messes with his mental. He starts getting in kickoffs with his girl. And he even... Oh, what? Nigel, what are you doing here, son? What's going on? I think this might be a bit of a home movie. But do not worry, my children. There is a hooded figure out there doing God's work. Testing combinations of sliders so that you can get the most from the game. So you can derive the most pleasure from the FC24 experience. And just like Nigel does, live a happy life with your pals. Right, enough faffing. Let's have a look at them then. Right then, let's have a look at these slippery little sliders then. Now, again, they chop and change every couple of weeks, don't they? This works specifically with the new title update. Now, I've got to be honest, I don't particularly like the new title update. I don't think they've done anything to it, other than really changing faces and kits and shit like that. They've got to stop messing with the game, but... I think I've played a couple of games with these now. I've played against different opponents, different levels of opponents. You can see the Arsenal game going on in the background there. But these for me are working at the moment. If you're watching the Hells Are in Town, we had an absolute torrid time in the Premier League. But it's realistic and it's fun. But at the moment, they're looking good. So let's get into it. Sprint speed and stuff like that, they ain't going to change. It doesn't really change throughout FIFA. Maybe by a couple of ratings. But I'm enjoying the 15 and the 50. It's exactly the same for the CPU. 15 and 50 is looking decent at the moment. Now, just something else to add in regards to the pace and everything like that. I've seen this comment here. I can't read your name out. It's on the screen right now. But it's a fantastic little comment. And this is the kind of stuff I love to see. You guys telling me what you're doing. Now, in my personal opinion, all of these sliders still work with changing it to slower paced. So once again, shout out to this guy, letting me know what he's been doing. But 100% these sliders work with a slower game pace as well. We come down to shot error then. Now, shot error for us, I've lowered it a little bit. It's a little bit lower than it was last time. But the biggest change for me that I've made is over in the gameplay section. And if we go down and have a look at it, if I can find it, well, I can't find it. I've gone past it. I've gone past it. It's always lovely when you go past it. There we go, shooting. I'm back to precision. It's back. I know some people hate it. Normally I hate it as well, but I feel now we're getting towards Christmas time when I start to get a little bit of a better feel for the game. So I'm going with the shot assistance as being precision, and you'll see some of the clips that I'm putting in now. Some of these shots that should be absolute bangers, that should be like, say if we volley something and it flies past the goalkeeper, I'm starting to feel it now. There's a couple of times when we've had an absolute shocker. You clean for on goal and you fluff a finesse shot or something like that. It's realistic, and I'm starting to get to that point where I'm feeling, yeah, I've got that now. I've got the feel for the game. So even though we've lowered the shot error, actually the error is probably going to be up there because of the precision. Now, if you like it, go with it. I've got to say, personally, now I'm starting to get better at the game. It just adds that little bit of juiciness, and some goals I'm scoring with precision. It's freaking unbelievable. Pass error, we've gone ahead and lowered it slightly. Now, I think that's just because the way I've been playing recently, I'm starting to feel that we're picking up the pace a little bit, and I don't really want to be fluffing passes, especially now we're in the Premier League. I'm expecting teams to kind of pass us around a little bit more. Their pass error So we've brought the CPU's pass error down as well, but we've also brought their speed up. So a little bit more challenging in the middle of the parks and things like that. But I think, like I said, we're getting to know the game a little bit more, and especially as we get to play in the Premier League a little bit more, I'm enjoying the little bit of, it's slow still, like it's not ridiculously fast paced, but I don't know if they've changed something, but it's starting to feel pretty decent for me, so I'm happy with that. Shot speed then. Shot speed we have upped. Now again, that's another thing that helps when we start to look at the precision as well. It's the same for the user. We've upped it, and precision now, it just gives that greater level of shot power, shot accuracy if you aim it right. And like I said, now I've changed it onto precision. It's a little bit more of a thought process about where I'm shooting from, how I'm shooting, things like that. It's a little bit more truer to life. I like the realism personally. Pass speed, I've already talked about. Injury frequency then. I've upped the injury frequency, but we've lowered the severity by 5. Now, that just ups the injuries that you might get for a couple of minutes. I've done exactly the same for the other side as well. Do you know what I mean? Goalkeeper ability. Goalkeeper ability, I have upped slightly for us because they're getting a little bit more opportunities, because they're getting a few more chances, and their shot error has come down a little bit. We just needed that extra couple of points, but they are still on their side of things. They're still at 60. So again, even though we're playing with precision shooting now, you've still got that 60 ability for their goalkeepers. Let's have a look. Marking, we've stayed with 50. Run frequency then. So run frequency. With run frequency, we've kept it the same. With line height, we have upped it quite severely, actually, from 55 to 62. And I'm pretty sure it's the same for the other side as well. Yeah, the line height. Now, again, specifies how low or high your defensive line is. It just gives the ability now to squash in that midfield, but also balls over the top for us, the user. They're a little bit easier, which is why, if we go into passing, lobbed through balls now are manual, which is, it is hard. I've got to be honest, I played a couple of games here. Crossfield balls, if you're playing kind of diagonal balls and things like that, you've got to go with the lobbed through, like actual lobbed passes, which, if you look here, is also manual. So again, it gives us that ability to play those passes, but you've got to be on the money with it. You've got to have a little bit of space to do so. I also think as well, lobbed pass assistance, having it manual, having the no assistance on it, it gives better control over your clearances, and you can absolutely leather balls from one end of the pitch to the other end, sometimes catching their defence out, and especially with the line height now being a little bit higher. I just think it's a nice way to play the game, and every now and again you just get a random clearance that just goes all the way through, and your striker just goes and latches onto it. We've just done line height. So line length, we've lowered this a little bit, so it specifies how compact the user team will keep the length of the pitch. So that's from goal to goal. Now again, I like it to be quite compact. I like little intricate little passes, and also if we keep it nice and compact, it means that the CPU, they can't necessarily get their little tick-a-tacker going. It's a little bit harder for them, and also kind of negates the reason or the need to lower their pass accuracy and their first touch, things like that. Fullback positioning, we've kept at 50, and we've also upped the line width. So again, from dugout to the other side of the pitch, we've got that. It's a little bit more stretched now. Now again, we've kept it quite neutral because personally I like to mess around with this when I do my formations. I just like to have a nice and compact when I'm defending, But when I'm attacking, I like it to be nice and wide. And I can do that. I can mess around with that in my tactics, in my little tic-tacs. First touch control. Now, I've been struggling with this one, I've got to be honest. And for God knows how long, I've been trying to find the right balance between getting first touch control that's decent. I think it was 60 last time. We've downed it. We brought it down by 2 points, which isn't really a lot, to be honest. But it just means that we can actually play a little bit of football. And for the CPU, we've upped it 1. Again, we've lowered their pass error, so it means that we need to up their first touch control. Not by a lot though, by 1 point, which I've always said doesn't really mean a lot. But this is the one that works for me at the moment, and I'm pretty sure as well Matt 10 has done that as well. If we look at their settings then, yeah, their goalkeeping ability, let's have a look at their goalkeeping ability, the ones to speak about. We've upped it by 3, up to 60 now. So again, precision shooting is going to be harder. We've also made it a little bit harder for us in terms of their goalkeeping ability. So for the pass error, we've left it at 55, so like I said, and then we've upped their speed as well. So they will zip a few more passes around. But again, we've compacted that midfield, so just making sure that they can't just go absolutely crazy on it. Shot speed, we've upped it just like we've upped ours. We've upped it by the same amount, so we're up to 50 with there. Injury frequency, again, like ours, exactly the same. So with marking, we've kept it the same as well. Now with their run frequency, we are upping it. We're going to up it to 30. Now, I don't particularly like this. Now, I'll tell you what, we're going to go for 25. And the reason that we're doing this is because of their line height being so high. Again, I've talked about the fact that the little dink balls over the top of their defenders, it's going to be changed slightly. So we need to make sure that they're not just leaving their wings completely open. But I still want them to be a bit of an attacking threat. So we're leaving that one as it is there. Now, line height. Again, defensive line. We've brought it up past halfway. Let's put it that way. So we've upped the line height again. But now, our lob through balls, they're manual. A little bit harder to do. So it should balance itself out. Line length then, we've lowered it by 2. Line width, we have upped it by 3. So again, just having them a little bit further wider. Again, we've compacted that midfield. We need to make sure that we've got a little bit of width in there as well to make it actually playable. And we've already talked about their first touch as well. So again, just to go over the actual gameplay settings, we've gone with precision in terms of the shot assistance. Now again, I'll put some little clips in here of things going right and things going wrong. But for me now, I'm getting a little bit better at the game. I'm enjoying it a little bit more. I want that little bit extra of challenge, which again is why we've put lob through pass on manual, and we've also put lobbed pass assistance on manual as well. So it's our lob through balls. We need to get them absolutely on the button, which comes back to our first set of sliders. Our first set of sliders that we had were both manual for these, and again, it's this Matty Cash pass that I just cannot get over, and it's something that I haven't been able to replicate. And because of that, I feel like, I don't know, it's that extra dimension, those bits of the pitch that I haven't been able to get to because I haven't had the manual passing on. So yeah, crossing assistance, we could go cross assistance. I don't really want assisted. I'm going to go semi on that one as well. Again, I don't like just banging the crossing or banging the box and then just having the cross straight on the money. So cross assistance, we've go with semi. Everything else is pretty much the same as last time. Directional on the clearing, tactical defending, no one should be using advanced. No one should be using advanced whatsoever. All this pretty normal. We've left it as it is. Orbit dribbling off. I tried it. Nah, don't like it. Save assistance, assisted, but again, it's for goalkeepers. I'm having the trigger effect on as well. I like the trigger effect. Yeah, and then that is it. So that is it for the sliders then, geezers. A little bit of a shorter one, I believe, but again, just a little bit of an update. I'll try and update these as best I can every 2-3 weeks. Right then, my lovely pebbles. That is it for sliders version 3. Tell me how you get on with them. Tell me how they work for you down in the comments below. If you're new around here, get subscribed. Make sure that you've dropped a like on this video. And also, there'll be videos dotted all around the screen right now. Click on one of them. It helps the algorithm, helps me out, helps you out, helps everyone out. It's much love from me. I'll see you soon and